All right, let's talk about Kerryon Johnson and his injury, how much time he could be missing, and is he the answer or the future at the running back position for the Detroit Lions? We back, Marcy Sports Talk. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Don't forget the Pistons kick off their season Wednesday in Indiana versus the Pacers. And then I think Thursday, the home opener versus the Atlanta Hawks. And then I know Saturday they fight, they play the Philadelphia 76ers at Little Caesars Arena. But talk about these Lions real quick. And Kerryon Johnson is expected to miss some time with a knee injury. They're going to call him week to week right now. So he tried to come back out after the injury in the first half this week versus the Vikings. Couldn't go. So this is going to, give life to people saying that the injury prone. Now, he took a lot of carries in Auburn, especially his last year. He had a ton of carries, a ton of touches. And that's probably one of the reasons he fell to the second rounds, because he took a lot of a beating at Auburn, especially in the SEC, which is the second. It's probably basically like the closest thing to the NFL. And he took a lot of beating, you know what I'm saying? And, right now, last year he got injured, left knee injury, missed the rest of the season, could have came back had the Lions had been closer making the playoff run or made it to the playoffs. They played it safe. And now, he had pretty much 90-something carries for 300 yards. He had not so much of a successful season so far. And a lot of people want to see him touch the ball more and not share as many touches with Garrett Blount and Zach Zenner. And he got that chance this year, and he just hasn't produced. Now, I think the running back problem, the position, is not that Kerryon Johnson ain't good enough. It's an organizational problem. When you take over the Detroit Lions job, the first thing you need to do is fix the running problems. For years and years, people seen that if you're not able to run the ball, you're not going to have no success in this league, especially in situational football and short yardage. But just give me a minute and I'll get to it. But I don't think that Kerryon Johnson ain't the back because his injury history. I just think same thing with Matthew Stafford. The organization is not structuring around them. And I bring up the famous quote Chris Carter said, every player is a system in this league. If you're not in the right system, you will get marginalized. And I believe Matthew Stafford is a victim to that. And I believe Kerryon Johnson is a victim to that. And I just think it's the curse of Barry Sanders is what I'm calling it. People talking about the curse of Bobby Lane and the curse he put on the Lions. What about the curse of Barry Sanders? They had 2,000-yard rushers since Barry left. Reggie Bush, it didn't feel like 1,000 yards. And James Stewart, when he came over from Jacksonville, he didn't even have that success after that. So when people come to the Lions, it wasn't the defense. They had a top 3 defense under Terrell Austin. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford almost threw for 50 touchdowns before. The biggest problem with the Lions is running the ball. From Kevin Jones to Javid Best to Kevin Smith, to whoever. LeGarrette Blount, Joyke Bell, Reggie Bush. I didn't see them come. I didn't see them go. The problem with the Lions is, 1, it's a curse. 2, they don't have alignment. We'll go back to Jeff Backus and Dominic Raiola being undersized and getting blew back into the quarterback lap or into the running back lap all those years. The Lions need to make a conscious effort that's their number one priority, is to win the trenches. You know what I'm saying? They have to be a successful football team, you have to run the ball and you have to stop the run. Now, to be successful in this league, you don't have to have an Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders, but you do need to pick up 31. You do need to, if they only got 7 in the box, 6 in the box, or they coming out in the dime with an extra DB out there, you need to be able to run the ball with success. And with the Lions, it's teams coming out nickel in the red zone with, inside the 10, daring the Lions to run the ball, and they still able to stop them. No matter if it's Darrell Bevel, Jim Bob Cooter, Scott Linehan, Mike Marsh, Joe Lombardi, whoever it may be, the Lions' number one problem is the inability to run the ball. Right now, it's the inability to run the ball and the inability to stop the run. When you can't run the ball in the red zone, that's a problem, because then Matthew Stafford got to be pinpoint accurate and have great anticipation, every throw. When you run the ball, then you can play action. People can bite and windows become bigger. Then people have to put 8, 9 in the box to stop you when you inside the 5 or inside the 10. And with Matthew Stafford, he don't have that luxury because they don't block well enough. You know what I'm saying? I just really think it's the blocking. I don't think it's a guy like Kerryon. Do I think the team need better team speed? Yeah, they need a lot better team speed. Team speed is one of the biggest problems with the Detroit Lions. But hey, that's another story for another day. They just don't have the mindset. They have the mindset of a dome team. The Lions, maybe if they played outdoors, they would have a mindset. They would be a running football team because they would have to run it at least 8 times a year. You know, right now, the left tackle, he can't run the pass block. Your right tackle can't run the pass. That's a problem. Run a pass block. Wagner or Decker don't succeed in run blocking. Let's talk about that for a minute. When your tackles don't succeed at run blocking, you know, how can I run on the inside or how can I run the outside? When I can't run behind the tackle and then my guard and Kenny Wiggins or Joe Dale, they can't block on the inside, that make Frank Ragnow and Graham Glasgow's job a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, the number one thing they need to go after next year, people talking about pass rush, team speed. I agree with both of them. But the number one thing they need to identify with, even if it's they go 3 straight picks, left tackle, right tackle, left guard, they need to fill all those offensive line positions with athletic, strong, run and pass blocking guys. The left guard, he got to be able to run and pass block. The left tackle, he got to be able to run and pass block. That right tackle need to be able to be a mauler. They need a ton of maulers, man, across that line. You know what I'm saying? They need guys that run block first. Forget all that. They need a right tackle and left guard to run block and maul first. It ain't that Kerryon Johnson ain't good enough, because we can say that Kevin Jones was pretty good coming out of Virginia Tech. Javid Best was good. He had his problems at Cal with concussions. He was good. Reggie Bush had a lot of talent. Joyce Bill had talent. Kevin Smith had talent. You know what I'm saying? Now, we ain't really had that game breaker running back since Javid Best, but, you know, LeGarrette Blount, before he got here, he had some success. It just seemed like guys come to Detroit and they just forget how to play running back, and it's because they don't have the offensive lineman to do so. The Lions need a coach with a dirty dog mentality, a mentality that you know, that's just nasty, and we need to run the ball in toughness. I don't think Kerryon Johnson is necessarily the issue. Now, if you put a Saquon Barkley back there, yeah, now you talking special. He probably wouldn't struggle He'd probably get his, and maybe they need to look into getting a running back like Saquon and moving up, you know. But at the same time, you know, they just suck on the trenches. No matter who back there, 3rd and 1, Zenner, Blunt, whoever's back there, they just don't have no success. And that needs to be Bob Quinn, number one thing. He spent all that money on linemen, T.J. Lang, Rick Wagner, Taylor Decker, or draft picks. You know what I'm saying? He got to do better. He got to do better. He got to find some young offensive linemen, you know, like Jerry Jones did, your Zach Martins, you know, your Travis Frederick. They got a Frederick in Ragnow. They got a pretty good right guard in Graham Glasgow. That's good enough. Now you got to go out there and find your Leland Collins. Now you got to go out there and find your Tyron Smith. Now you got to go out there and find your Zach Martin. They need nasty offensive linemen. If they can run the ball, that has a lot of deficiencies defensively too. Because the defense get the rest, the offense get to be on the bench getting cold. So necessarily, I don't think Kerryon Johnson is the problem to wrap this up. I think this is an organizational problem. I think it's an offensive line problem. And it's something that they got to fix. Every year, they should be going in to figure out how to run the ball. That should be the number one issue. Because once they run the ball, Matthew Stafford windows get bigger. Teams need to be able to put 8, 9 in the box, say, hey, we need to stop the Lions. Could it help to get a special back like Saquon Barkley? I don't know who coming out next year running back wise. But until they get them dogs up front and they get respectable right tackle, left guard, it ain't going to work no matter who back there. Now, did Bob Quinn pass up an opportunity to draft before Kerryon to get Alvin Kamara, to get Kareem Hunt? But we could be saying the same thing about those guys. Move up for Fournette and Christian McCaffrey. We could be saying the exact same thing. What if they, would they be any better somewhere else? Because the Lions just don't have the men up front on either side of the ball, stopping the run and running the ball right now. And they need to figure it out, man. I think it's an offensive line and it's a coaching thing. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business questions, inquiries, sponsorship, video requests. All links in the description. Want to make a donation? Links in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. And let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.